Lego Batman DC Superheroes. Ever since I played Lego City Undercover, I've been in the mood to play another Lego game, because I had forgotten how much fun they could be. So when I saw that Batman 2 was being re-released to the Wii U, it was a no-brainer for me. Lego Batman 2 has you playing as Batman and Robin as they try and stop the Joker and other Batman villains from escaping Arkham Asylum. To make things worse for him, Lex Luthor has decided to team up with the Joker to help him become president of the United States. Now the plot for the story was fantastic in the beginning and the middle, but it really started to drag in the last act. It was really silly how long they stretched out this thing that the Joker and Lex had. You know Superman could destroy it in 10 seconds normally, but we're supposed to believe that the kryptonite that they stole is stopping him? Right. He could just start chucking cars at them or just cut it in half in a second with his heat vision. It was just very disappointing that such an interesting plot ended up having such a stretched out past the point of ridiculousness storyline. Now, like I mentioned, Superman is in this as well, and he's actually playable, and he's really fun to play as. Mainly because most of the time he can fly around the room and do most of the powers that Batman and Robin needed gadgets for. Honestly, he should have been the Swiss Army knife of characters, and just be able to do most of everything that everyone needed to do. There were other characters that would show up as playable, like the Flash, Wonder Woman, and the Green Lantern, just to name 3 of them. But trust me, there are way more! Basically the Justice League if you want to know who's in this game. They all have similar powers to what Superman could do, or one of Batman and Robin's gadgets. There wasn't anything too original with the other Justice Leaguers. I would say one of the big exceptions to this is the Green Lantern, which would use his ring in fun and amusing ways. And I guess you could say the Flash was faster than everyone, but it really doesn't come into play in the story mode. The level designs were fantastic. Some of the levels would just go on for at least an hour, but there were checkpoints through it so you could leave and come back right to that point. I can't stress how much I enjoyed the levels. There were always interesting ways of progressing through them, and even though it wasn't always clear on where to go or what to do, with a little bit of trial and error you could figure it out. Now I played the Wii version when it came out last year, and I liked it for the 30 minutes that I could play it. Then the game glitched out on me and I couldn't progress, and I just never went back to it. So like I mentioned before, I thought I'd give this game another try on the Wii U. And while I didn't run into that particular glitch this time, I ran into quite a few more, where the characters would just get stuck or frozen, or the game wouldn't progress because we didn't do something we shouldn't have done on accident. It's very disappointing that there are so many glitches in this game. They've had almost a year to fix all these problems, but it feels like they just ported over an Xbox 360 version, added a map and a character selection screen to the gamepad, and slapped on a $50 price tag. That in itself is odd. There is no extra stuff in this version, but they're trying to sell it for a premium price, when you could buy it new on any other system for $20. However, price complaints aside, there is a lot of stuff to do in this game. Even after you finish the story mode, you can explore Gotham for hidden secrets and other things. Plus, you can replay the missions with the new characters that you've unlocked to find new unlockables that were hidden in the level previously. And that's a bonus because I told you those levels are really fun to play. Plus, I love that everything was voice acted, and not just pantomimed out in a funny way. It made me care more about the characters and the storyline. You can play this game with you and another person. Normally when you do that, it has this annoying at times cut down the screen, which separates you, but it definitely could get confusing. But this time, if you want, one player can use the Wii gamepad as a screen, so that helps with the confusion of playing the game on the same screen. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes was a lot of fun. It controlled really well, and while I do think the story started to drag in the end, it was still fun to play. Plus, with all the hidden things in the city of Gotham and the levels themselves, you're going to have plenty to explore for quite a while. My only issue with recommending this game as a buy is the price. It is way too much right now. If this was a new game and everyone was paying that price, then yeah, it makes sense. But this isn't true. The Wii U has the most expensive version of it right now, at a retail price of $50, while every other console version has it for $20 or less. If you really want to buy it, then get the Wii version, as it will play in your Wii U, and you can find it for a really cheap price. And I doubt you're going to run into that glitch that I ran into, because they seem to just be random. And honestly, I didn't see too many visual differences between it and the Wii U version. But if you really want the Wii U version, I say you should rent it. And when it comes down to the same price as the other systems, then you should buy it.